I think this is the place where all of Manguluru congregates in the morning. This is the place that beckons visitors from far and wide. I just met visitors who've come from the US, who come from the UK. When they return to Manguluru, they return to the new Shivabhag Café. Sajjige rotti. There are some dishes that are quintessential Mangalorean. Get some of the bajil, some of the avlaki, and now get some of the uppittu, some of the sajjige. This is the sort of breakfast that you don't find anywhere else. You have to come to Manguluru. That's where you have to be. It's a little thick, it's a little stodgy, but I like the manner in which it coats my tongue. There's a bit of the earthiness that you taste of the ragi, and somewhere in there, wisps of cardamom. Hi folks, this is Kripal Amanna, Gourmet on the Road, and you're watching Food Lovers TV. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe and strong. We are in Manguluru, and more specifically at a place called Shivabhag in Kadri. We've covered many of the breakfast spots here in Manguluru, but the one place that we've missed out is this eatery called New Shivabhag Café. It says new in the name, but I'm told this is an eatery that goes back decades and is hugely popular, especially for their breakfast tindi. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಕೃಪಾಲ್ ಅಮನ್ನ ನಮಗೆ ಸುಮಾರು ನಮ್ಮದು ವ್ಯೂವರ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದರು ವೈ ಹ್ಯಾವೆಂಟ್ ಯು ಈಟನ್ ಅಟ್ ಶಿವಬಾಗ್ ಕೆಫೆ ಯೆಟ್ ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇವತ್ತು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಐ ಹೋಪ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರೇನು ಸರ್
ಜಯಂತ್ ಕಾಮತ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ
ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಜಯಂತ್ ಕಾಮತ್ ಇವ್ರದ್ದು ಹೆಸರು
ಅವರು ಅನಂತ್ ಅಂತ
ಅನಂತ್ ಓಕೆ
ಮೈ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಾದರ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್
ಓಕೆ
ನಿಯರ್ಲಿ 80 years back
80 years ago so this is one of the oldest eateries in Mangalore ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು you see me on YouTube are you here for breakfast
Yeah, from States. I'm coming here for about 30 years.
Nice to meet you. Thank you very much. Enjoy your breakfast. There are some places where people speak about the place. They speak about their own place. But there are those legendary places where the people behind the place don't need to speak much. Their customers do all the talking. I think, Mr. Kamath, your place is one of those. Namaskara.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ನೈಸ್ ಟು ಮೀಟ್ ಯು
Thank you very much.
ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ ಫ್ರಮ್ UK
Oh, you're from UK. Okay.
just watching YouTube
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
ಅನಿಲ್
Anil. Nice to meet you. So who began this, sir?
middle one
Oh, okay. So this is your father,
yes
Gopal Krishna Kamath.
yes my younger brother
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು ಸರ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಚಂದ್ರಕಾಂತ್ ನೈಸ್ ಟು ಮೀಟ್ ಯು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಏನೇನು ಬಗೆ ಇದೆ
ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ ಇದು ಗೋಳಿ ಬಜೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬನ್ಸ್
ಇದನ್ನ ಮಣ್ಣಿಯಾ
ಅದು ರಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದು ರವಾ ರೊಟ್ಟಿ ಸಜ್ಜಿಗೆ ರೊಟ್ಟಿ ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಇದು ಕಡಲೆ ಉಪ್ಪರಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೆಸರು ಕಾಳು ಉಪ್ಪರಿ ಅವಲಕ್ಕಿ
ಸೊ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ ಇವತ್ತು
ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಉಂಟು ಈಗ ಖಾಲಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಅದು ಅವಲಕ್ಕಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಉಪ್ಪಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ
ಸಜ್ಜಿಗೆ ಬಜಿಲ್
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದು ಆಪ
ಓಕೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀರು ದೋಸೆ
ನೀರು ದೋಸೆ
ಫ್ಯಾಂಟಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್
ಕೆಲವು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಐಟಮ್ ಒಂದೊಂದು ದಿವಸ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ
ಮತ್ತೆ ಊಟ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ
ಊಟ ನಮ್ಮದು ಸೌತ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್
ಮೀಲ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಶಿವಬಾಗ್ ನೇಮಿಗೆ ಬಂತು
ನಮ್ಮದು ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರ ಹೆಸರು ಶಿವರಾವ್ ಅಂತ ಹಾಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಹಾಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಅಜ್ಜ ಅವರಿಗೆ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಶಿವಬಾಗ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ
ಶಿವಬಾಗ್ ಸೊ ಯು ಮೇ ರೀಡ್ ಅ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ವಿಚ್ ಸೇಸ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಶಿವಬಾಗ್ ಹೋಟೆಲ್ ಆವಾಗ ನ್ಯೂ ಇತ್ತು
ಈಗ ನ್ಯೂ ಆಗಿದೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನ್ಯೂ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ
ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನ್ಯೂ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ
ಅದು ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಶಿವಬಾಗ್ ಕೆಫೆ
ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಶಿವಬಾಗ್ ಕೆಫೆ
ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಈಗದು ಲೇಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಪ್
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಗುಡ್ ಆಂಬಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆರಾಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೋದು ಸೊ ವೆಲ್ in my opinion you should also pay a visit to the new Shivabhag Café to know what the roots of this grand culinary institution of Mangalore is all about. Name says a cafe, but it's much more than a cafe. I think this is the place where all of Mangalore congregates in the morning. This is a place that beckons visitors from far and wide. I just met visitors who've come from the US, who come from the UK. When they return to Mangalore, they return to the new Shivabhag Café. That's the sort of legendary institution this place is. ಇದು ಚಪಾತಿ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಏನು ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ
ಅದು ಕೂರ್ಮಾ
ವೆಜ್ ಕುರ್ಮಾ
ಸ್ವೀಟ್ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಗೋಧಿ
ಗೋಧಿ ರವೆ ಓ ಫ್ಯಾಂಟಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ What is it called?
ಚಿರ್ಮುಂಡೆ.
Chirmunde.
ಅದು ರವೆ ಲಾಡು ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಇದು ನಮ್ಮದು ಚಿರ್ಮುಂಡೆ ಟ್ರೆಡಿಷನಲ್ ಹೆಸರು.
ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು
ಗೀಬಿಂದ ಅದು ಗೋಧಿದು ರವೆ ಉಂಟಲ್ಲ.
ಗೋಧಿ ರವೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ರೋಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ರವೆ?
ಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು.
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬ್ರೌನ್ ಕಲರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ಜಾಗ್ರಿ. This is the chirmunde or the rave laddu.
ರವೆ ಲಾಡು.
That you should probably also try. Very nice, very homely. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳ ಸ್ವೀಟ್ನೆಸ್ ಬಹಳ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಹೌದು, ಮೀಡಿಯಂ.
ಡೆಲಿಷಿಯಸ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದು ಶೀರಾ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ.
ಹೌದು, ಶೀರಾ ಮತ್ತೆ ಉಪ್ಪಿಟ್ಟು.
ಸಜ್ಜಿಗೆ.
ಹೌದು, ಸಜ್ಜಿಗೆ.
ಫ್ಯಾಂಟಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್. ಇದು ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಬಜಿಲ್ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ.
ಮೈ ನೇಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಶಿವಾನಂದ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫಾಲೋವರ್. ಅದು ನಾನು ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇವರಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸಿದೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ.
ಓಕೆ.
You are asked na something.
Correct. I said, where should I eat in Mangalore? Fantastic. See, destiny has conspired to bring us together.
Yes, sir.
I'd put out a post on Twitter asking people where I should be eating. Somebody said Shivabhag Café. He saw that and he shared it with the owner saying, possibly I may be visiting here. Yes, and look, here I am, and I'm also finding him here.
Yes.
You know, there's some places that radiate joy. New Shivabhag Café is one of them. You know, meeting the owners, the Kamath brothers, speaking to customers who've been coming here for decades. I'm actually trying to visualize what New Shivabhag Café may have been 80 years ago when they first began this enterprise. Of course, Manguluru has changed a lot, but in that constant change, I think the values at New Shivabhag Café, the food items, the dishes at New Shivabhag Café have not changed. I think we all need that. In this fast changing world, we need to hold on to something that hasn't changed. And I think the food at Shivabhag Café, I think the atmosphere at New Shivabhag Café, the hospitality that they encounter here, thanks to the brothers who are always here. And I think that's the reason why perhaps New Shivabhag Café is as popular even today, 80 years from the day it first opened doors.
ಗೋಲಿ ಬಜ್ಜೆ ಮತ್ತು ಉಪ್ಪಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂತು, ಅವಲಕ್ಕಿ, ವಡಾ ಸಾಂಬಾರು.
Vada sambar. Well, to be honest, I don't know where to begin, but I think I'll probably make a quick beginning with this KT-inspired, Karnataka-inspired coffee here. Good coffee to wake one's senses up. Two of my very favorite traditional go-to dishes, breakfast dishes when I come to Kudla. This is the bajil, which is the avlaki, the spiced avlaki. There's also a bit of coconut that goes in along with the red chili spice, a little bit of the seasoning of the saswe, the curry leaf, etc. That lends it a very special flavor. And the combination with the bajil is the uppittu, or the sajjige, as we like to call it here in Namma Kudla. And this is something I have not tasted before. This, I'm told, is a pudding that's made out of tapioca. As you can see, it's a bit wobbly. And then we've got, of course, namna Manguluru goli bajje or the Manguluru bajji. We also have a sajjige rotti here and some onion bajji with some chutney, some dali tove, sambar, gatti chutney and the tedu chutney. What should I start with is a question that I have. Maybe with the goli bajje. I can taste the cumin, but I can also taste a bit of the sweetness that comes from a touch of sugar. The coconut chutney is on point. A bit of salty fervor, but you got the fresh crunch of the coconut. There's a bit of green chili that's probably also gone into it. Hunsen naakteram, tamarind, and a bit of the tartness that comes from tamarind. Let's now go for some of that vade. I can taste the flavor of the fried uddu. Dunk it nice and leisurely into that sambar. I can taste the flavor of the hingu in that sambar. Good quality hingu. There's also a bit of sweetness that you will typically find in a South Canara sambar. What's nice here with this sambar is You can also taste some of that togri bele, some of the softness of the lentils on your tongue. So when it comes to a breakfast sambar, typically most places don't put vegetables. But out here, they've got some beans that I see in that, and also the texture of the soft boiled lentils that you bite into, the tur dal, the togri bele. Sajjige dosa. There's some godambi right there and some chili as well. I can see flecks of coconut in that sajjige rotti. There are some dishes that are quintessential Mangalorean. So I remember when I was growing up in Bombay, my mother would make the sajjige roti. That time it was not my favorite, but tasting a sajjige roti after a very long time, and it immediately transports me back to that sajjige roti that my mother used to cook. And I think that's a beautiful thing about food like this. It's a sort of food that comes packaged with a lot of emotion, comes packaged with a lot of memories that it triggers the moment you bite into it. And that's exactly my state of mind as I eat this sajjige roti. There's a bit of sweetness that also comes from flecks of coconut. There's a bit of the spice that you taste from that green chili in there. Bit of the warmth from the ginger, and somewhere in there, the subtle touch of the cumin. I love the citrusy warmth of the ginger that's emanating through that sajjige roti. The ginger is quite aromatic in the manner it registers on your palate. I think now for that combination that I've been waiting for. There's some of the bajil, some of the avlaki. You can see some red chilies there. You can see some mustard seeds there. There's some kai to the coconut. And there's usually also some sugar that goes into the bajil. And now get some of the uppittu, some of the sajjige. This seems like a uppittu that's quite flavorful. I can see the lentils, some saswe, mustard seeds. Get some of the curry leaf in there too. There's a flavor, the toasted flavor of the curry leaf, a bit of that toasted coconut and the nuttiness of the saswe. There's also some sugar that goes into the bajil, and that kind of provides an interesting counterpoint to the heat that you taste of the byadgi mensankai. This is a avlaki that you can literally devour tattes and tattes of. That's the sort of tasty bajil this is. So good. You know, when we go to a movie theater, we snack on popcorn, we snack on chips. This is what we should be snacking on. It's tasty, healthy, rooted in our traditions, and the sort that leaves one totally happy. Also the crystalline crunch of the sugar every once in a while on my palate. And now we'll mix that bajil with the sajjige, and that's what makes it the sajjige bajil. By itself, that bajil is quite punchy in its warmth, but in the gentle embrace of that uppittu, of that sajjige, which in itself carries the flavors of the onion, that bajil almost tones down, almost becomes gentle in the presence, in the company of that sajjige. This is the sort of breakfast that you don't find anywhere else. You have to come to Manguluru. That's where you have to be. All this is nice, but it's that sajjige bajil that takes the cake.
ರವಾ ಇಡ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕೊಡೋಣ ರವಾ ಇಡ್ಲಿ
ಬೇರೆ ಏನಿದೆ ಸರ್ ರವಾ ಇಡ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ
ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಇಡ್ಲಿ ಉಂಟು ರವಾ ಇಡ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ
ಚಟ್ಟಂಬಡೆ ಒಂದು ಚಟ್ಟಂಬಡೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ವೆನ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಟು ನ್ಯೂ ಶಿವಬಾಗ್ ಕೆಫೆ ಫಾರ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸೊ ಮೈಟ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಮೇಕ್ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಸಿಟ್. Next we should taste some of that buns. So this is a bun that is quite bready and lives up to its name. A bit of the cumin that I'm tasting right away. Some of the ripeness of the banana. Then again, in terms of buns, there are many different textures that you will taste. There are some which are very light. This is a sort of bun that's a little bready. Idon bun tindre full agate. The type of snacks that you have here are the sort that are quite filling. So adukoskara janru ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ತಿಂದರೆ ದೇ ಫೀಲ್ ಫುಲ್. I'm going to go for the bun with a bit of that Telugu chutney. This is a bun that feels quite bready. It's a bit dense. That's the way they make it here. So if you like it like that, you'll probably like this bun. And now for some of the chatambade. Dal vada, masala vada. There's turmeric that goes in to stain it this color. You can also see the chana dal there. So it's chana dal both crushed, and also some of the chana dal is left whole just to give it a bit of that texture, to give it a bit of that bite. It's a bit dry, that's where I think the chutney will come in. ಇದೊಂದು ಟೈಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡೋದು ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಇದು ವಡೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಇದು ಬನ್ಸ್
ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಹಾಲಿಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಒಂದು ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಬನ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ವಡ ಅದರ ನಂತರ ಒಂದು 7:30ಗೆ ಗೋಳಿ ಬದ ಹಾಗೆ ಒಂದು 1 by 1 ರೆಡಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ
ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಕಮ್ ಸಮ್ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಹಾಟ್ sometimes it may not be very hot.
ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಆಯ್ತದೆ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮದು ರನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಅವರು ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅದರಿಂದಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಟೇಸ್ಟಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಹಾಟ್ ಇಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ತುಂಬ ಕಷ್ಟ ಒಂದೆರಡು ಐಟಮ್
ಹಾಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ
ಖಾಲಿ ಅದೇ ಫ್ರೆಶ್
so there will be certain items that have been prepared perhaps a few minutes earlier and they will be hot, and there will be some items that probably have been prepared a little earlier than that, and they will probably be warm. And I guess it's also the nature of the customers that walk in through the doors here. So when most people come here, they want to get that chatambade really quick, or maybe get that onion bajji really quick, or maybe that goli bajje really quick. And therefore, they have no option but to prepare these dishes and keep them so that they can serve their customers in a jiffy. So I think when you come here, you can also ask them first what has just been made, because that will also give you an idea of the items that will be very, very hot. I got the tapioca pudding to move on to. The crunch ಏನದು ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ಯೂ ನಟ್ ಗೋಡಂಬಿ ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಹಾಕಲ್ಲವಾ ನೀವು ಜಾಗರಿ ಹಾಕಲ್ಲ
ಇಲ್ಲ
ಬೆಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ವೆರಿ ಮೈಲ್ಡ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಲೇವರ್ಡ್ ಸಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಡೆಸರ್ಟ್ ಮಣ್ಣಿ ಇದೆ ಸರ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಒಂದು ಮಣ್ಣಿ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ This of course is a pudding that's made of the humble ragi with some jaggery, and out here they call it manni. They extract the milk of the ragi and then they boil it with the jaggery, and that's what results in this ragi manni right there. I can taste the aroma of some cardamom in there. It's a little thick, it's a little stodgy, but I like the manner in which it coats my tongue. There's a bit of the earthiness that you taste of the ragi or the finger millet, and then the sweetness, the earthy sweetness that comes from jaggery, and somewhere in there, wisps of cardamom in its flavor, in its aroma. Well, my top picks from the dishes that I've tasted are definitely the sajjige bajil. The manni is a yes as well. That sajjige rotti too is something that you should try. It's quite unique and you typically don't find it in a lot of places. The goli bajje are nice, but if they were hot, I think they would have definitely hit the spot. And now I'm going to close things with some coffee and some of that onion bajji. And the sort that hits the spot. So the coffee that I tasted earlier, the Karnataka inspired coffee, is not something that you find here typically. The coffee maker or the tea maker saw me and he wanted to give me something special, so that's why he made it. But this is the filter coffee that you get out here, and it's the sort that hits the spot after you've tasted 1 or 2 or 3 of the dishes here at New Shivabhag Café. And now for some of that onion bajji. There's some dishes, there's some foods that taste good even when they are cold, and the onion bajji is one of them. Tastes a bit hotter. That's the effect that heat, spice heat, can have on hot beverages. So well, that's it for our morning breakfast outing here at New Shivabhag Café in Kadri. If you want to taste some of the culinary traditions of Manguluru that go back decades, 80 years to be precise, and want to savor what old-time Mangaloreans look forward to on their visit back to Kudla. That is a culinary ritual for many of the locals out here. Definitely find your way to New Shivabhag Café at Kadri. I hope you've enjoyed this breakfast outing. Until the next time, take care, stay safe, stay strong, and happy eating and drinking. Sir, payment under? Thank you very much. ನನಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಬರ್ತೇನೆ, ಖಂಡಿತ ಬರ್ತೇನೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಹೊಸ ಜಾಗಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂಡ ಬರ್ತೇನೆ. ಬರ್ತೇನೆ. If you'd like to support the work that we do at Food Lovers TV, do consider joining our membership community on YouTube by hitting the join button below or on the home page. You could pledge a nominal sum and receive special privileges like behind the scenes footage, shoot updates, access to live Q&As, and a lot more. You could support us on our Patreon page as well. For more info, check out the links in the description below. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment below. Happy eating.